Hey, did you notice a new Turok game on the way? It's been too long since we got a new Turok game, and I'm looking forward to it. But I feel like I'm the only person looking forward to it.
Everyone excited?
Yeah. Let's do this, guys, huh? Let's get fired up. Fire up chainsaw. New York City. Now we're going down to New York City.
But yeah, I should probably get on with the video. What you might not know is that Turok has had an animated movie, done by the same studio that did the animated Hellboy and Dead Space movies. Turok has been around since the 50s, so the character's had more than a few interpretations. The most well-known one being the video games by Acclaim, which were mostly based off the Valiant Comics version of the character, but this movie is based on the original Gold Key comic from the 50s and 70s. So that means no aliens, no demons, no robots, no crazy guns, just Turok and dinosaurs. So with that out of the way, let's hop in. The movie begins with Turok, his brother, and Katori playing games in the forest. Well, this goes on, these guys show up and act like creeps and try to kill Turok. Big mistake.
Kill the boys and take the girl.
Turok ends up going beast mode and killing all the bad guys, even the head one. When his brother goes to talk to him, he attacks him too before snapping out of it. While his brother lives, Turok is exiled. Fast forward 16 years and Turok's nephew Andar is looking to get Turok's help out of a war. But Turok's just like, I'm not doing this shit, bro. To pause for a moment, Andar in the comics is usually Turok's brother or friend, but in this one they change him to be his nephew. With Turok not helping, Andar joins his father and the rest of the tribe for the big battle. But the bad guy chief, Chichak, pulls out the Uno reverse card and uses guns! Well, flintlocks. But still, guns. After Chichak kills Andar's father, he runs to Turok, who all of a sudden decides to help out now. You know, maybe you could have gone originally, and just maybe, your brother would have lived! Despite this, Turok finds his brother, who's actually just barely alive.
Who did this to you?
His name is Chichak, but he has gone to kill the women and the children.
I will kill him first.
In this movie, Turok is voiced by Adam Beach. Well, he never comes off anything but stoic. That's fair, because Turok's always been the stoic type character, so I think he did alright. But to me, Adam Beach will always be King Wing from Joe Dirt.
But this is the modern age. That stuff doesn't work anymore.
Another thing about this movie that's a good touch is most of the voice actors are native, which fits the characters. Now back to the movie. Chichak and his minions attack the camp and kidnap Katori, who, by the way, is Andar's mom. Turok and Andar give chase and end up in a cave. Just when shit's about to go down, they get attacked by some terror birds. While the design of terror birds is kinda weird in this, like, why do they have dinosaur arms? But, you know, whatever. We need more terror birds in movies. Once the terror bird is dealt with, Turok and Andar chase after Chichak and enter the Lost Land, which in the Turok lore is the main setting. It's either a hidden valley or other dimension. In this movie, it's kind of both.
I don't think those are buffalo.
Dinosaurs.
When Turok and Andar find Chichak and Katari, they run into a Carnotaurus. I actually quite like this design. It looks kind of cool. They get into a chase, but luckily for them, Carnos can't swim.
How will we get back across?
If we swim with the current.
The group gets pinned between Chichak and the Carno, so they decide to brave the river and fall down a waterfall, like the Ace Ventura or something. They shrug it off like it was nothing and get back in the log, which is also undamaged. As they go down the stream, there's just not really much they can do. What you might not know is this is actually a prototype for the Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios. However, they're not alone in the water as they get attacked by a plesiosaur. Come on, Turok, you didn't have to do all that. All I had to do was give him Tree Fitty, and he would have left you alone.
I said, damn it, monster! Get off my lawn! I ain't giving you no tree fitty!
The dying plesiosaur attacks a mosasaur, so Turok and the gang haul ass to land. Whereas then they are cornered by terrorbird riders. Cutting back to Chichok, who stumbles upon these ochre-looking dudes. He's about to get killed, but he pulls a Lunar reverse card and becomes their king.
Boom! Headshot!
This is my boomstick!
Back to Turok and the gang, they're brought to a tribe in the Lost Lands. But if they want to be trusted, their leader Sapinta demands a favor.
How can we show you we come as friends?
You could bring food to the fire.
Give me my weapons and I will hunt for you.
Oh, I'm not asking you to kill anything. Only to gather some eggs.
Damn, if Turok had all those weapons, he'd bring back a whole feast. And then we would have been over by now. So Turok and Andar, well, mostly Turok, set out to get the egg. When Turok finally gets to the nest and grabs the egg, every pterodactyl in the animation budget will allow attacks him. But Turok is the freaking dinosaur hunter.
That's a little flying guy! The fucking paratassel!
And he rides the pterodactyl crashing into the freaking camp. But come on, that's not Turok evolution. If you crash that thing, it explodes.
Silly for admitting this, but I'm actually really nervous. This is my first time.
So now with the egg obtained, Turok and the gang got a place to stay. One real quick thing I should get out of the way is that this version of the movie I'm using for this review is AI enhanced, which is why sometimes things look off. It's honestly quite distracting. I don't see how it enhances a movie, but hey, what can you do? Anyways, back to the movie. While everyone else is celebrating, Turok's out being an introvert. Wow, guys, he's literally me. But he's then approached by this guy who I'm calling Tarkeen. Look, I know he's not supposed to be Tarkeen, but come on, he's not given a name. And besides, he and Tarkeen have the same purpose of just being a mysterious dude. If you don't know who Tarkeen is, he's basically this Emperor Palpatine looking guy from Turok Evolution. The dialogue between them just sounds like writing 101.
Why are you hiding behind a mask?
I only want to know why you were here alone in the dark.
It is where I belong.
And you say I am hiding.
After that, Tarkeen disappears, and we get a montage of Victoria and Andar adjusting to living with the tribe. But later, Sapinta goes to talk to Turok, and he has the whole, I'm leaving tomorrow because I'm a loner kind of thing. However, Chichok sends his army of fatsos to attack the camp. I wonder if these fat guys are supposed to be Perlin, which in the games are these hulking alien gorilla monsters, but I doubt it's supposed to be them. While Turok can stop a lot of them, he can't stop all of them. So unfortunately, he has to sacrifice a warrior on the bridge to stop him. The next day, the rest of the camp decides to head for the mountains, but Turok makes it his goal to hunt down Chichok. While on Chichok's trail, Turok finds Zakarno. He kinda just studies it, but then he gets knocked out. With Turok captured, Chichok begins to interrogate him on where to find the others. After that, Turok goes into his dream sequence, and he wakes up to see Andar is captured too. Chichok threatens to kill him, so Turok spills the beans where everyone's going. Once Chichok leaves, they get on their escape plan.
Now.
Hey! Over here! Look at me!
That boy ain't right.
So if the guard's distracted, Turok kicks their ass, so he and Andar can escape. It actually leads to a pretty cool scene where Turok uses the blood from the fight to lure Carno. So wait, Carnotaurus can just smell the blood like a shark? Guess you could say a dino shark? Okay, that joke sucked. Turok of course ends up riding the top of the Carno like he's Fred Flintstone or something. Hey, come on. Turok either rides a Strachosaurus or Quetzalcoatlus. Get it right. Anyways, on to the final battle. Cutting back to everyone else, Chichok and his army of anime fans attack everyone leaving the camp. While Chichok gets the upper hand, Turok and Andar come in with the Carnotaurus and kick some ass. During the chaos, Chichok kills Sapinta, leading to a one-on-one showdown between him and Turok. During the fight, Turok gets shot, but shrugs that shit off like he's Nick Cage from Con Air or something. And he kills Chichok the same way he did that schmuck from the beginning of the movie. With that, the Cardinal leaves respectfully, and a funeral is held for Sapinta. Wait, why did this end like a Star Wars movie? Well, this movie was okay. I didn't think it was amazing or terrible, just kinda mid. It's a bit of a nothing burger of a comic book movie, but don't get me wrong, I've seen worse animated movies. This one just didn't do it for me. I didn't think the characters were that interesting and the whole plot felt like I've seen it before. I honestly think they should have just pulled more from the Valiant Comics era of the character, or even the video games, which I think they could have done if they made a sequel. It would have been cool to see characters from the games make it into a sequel. Characters like Adon, Tarkeen, the Campaigner, the Primogen, or even Tyrannus. Well, I admit some of those characters had really nothing going for them. It'd still be cool to see them. Also, it would have been cool to see Turok take on guys that plays all Arsenal from the games. Like seriously, that Arsenal could level a freaking city. Zero, of course, was never a sequel. However, Adam Beach, who voiced Turok in this movie, was playing a live-action Turok movie, and it would have been produced by Hayden Christensen, which is definitely a choice. The movie would have had Beach playing Turok again, and it would have been closer to the games. However, this is all that's known about the movie, and I doubt it's ever going to get made. 2008 was a big year for Turok. Got this new movie and a new game, which we can talk about that one. Well, this movie didn't define the franchise, it certainly didn't end it. If you want a brutal dinosaur adventure movie, then this should scratch that niche. It's animated good enough and it's not boring. It's got that feeling of been there, seen that. So if you got nothing to do and you're in a Turok mood, I'd say check it out. Otherwise, just stick to Primal for your brutal dinosaur cartoon. I hope we get more of Turok. With a new game on the way, you never know what we're going to see. You know, it could be a Turok movie or something else. But most importantly, Naito Studios, please remaster Turok Evolution. Please, I'm begging you. Please do it, please. I'll buy years of Turok remasters again. Please, Night Dive, just do it.